Y'all remember this nigga? Well, the jury reads guilty verdict in his trial. Let's look at the stupidness on his face once he reads this, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna think he sealed the deal and he did his thing. So I'm just excited to see how he reacts to this guilty verdict.
Okay. I ask the clerk to please publish the verdict.
Yes, Judge.
What a clown.
State of Florida versus Ronnie Oneal III, case number 2.
What a clown.
2018 CF 004019, verdict form, trial division 1. We, the jury, find as follows: as the count 1 of the charge, the defendant is guilty of first-degree murder as charged. The defendant did actually possess and discharge a firearm causing death.
See how his head was like, wow. I don't think y'all heard what I said. So let me say it again. No, sir. We heard exactly what you said. That's why we got to this verdict so fast. You're a clown. You're an actual clown, sir.
Guilty of first-degree murder, premeditated murder, and felony murder. The defendant carried, displayed, used, threatened to use, or attempted to use a weapon.
Just lock
We,
him
the
up.
jury, find as follows: the count 3 of the charge, the defendant is guilty of attempted first-degree murder as charged.
He knew he guilty. He know he guilty.
Defendant carried, displayed, used, threatened to use, or attempted to use a weapon. We, the jury, find as follows: the count 4 of the charge, the defendant is guilty of arson of a dwelling as charged.
That boy getting locked up.
We, the jury, find as follows:
Is he guilty all across the board? It's like is he honor roll guilty?
We, the jury, find as follows: the count 6 of the charge, the defendant is guilty of aggravated child abuse as charged. We, the jury, find as follows: the count 7 of the charge, the defendant is guilty of resisting an officer without violence as charged. So say we all dated this 21st day of June 2021.
All right, very
Bozo.
good. Thank you, members of the jury. So,
Bozo.
now that you have found the defendant guilty of first-degree murder, that means we will be going into a penalty phase. However, I'm going to give you guys the day off tomorrow. All right? There's some things we need to do as far as to get ready for that phase of the trial, which will begin Wednesday at 9 a.m. I anticipate that we will be concluded by the end of this week, so you don't need to worry about that, but I'm going to give you guys the day off tomorrow. All right? So you can go tend to your personal affairs, do what you need to do.
So they're not even
we'll see
gonna
you back here Wednesday at 9 a.m. Since you are still serving to this case, and that will be the 9 a.m. All right? Thank you.
All right.
So they didn't do the sentencing? They're not doing the sentencing today? Like for how long he's gonna be in there?
See, so Mr. Oneal, now that you have been found guilty of first-degree murder, we now go into penalty phase.
Oh
And
shit.
as you are aware, it gets no more serious
Ooh,
for any
shit.
defendant in any criminal courtroom in this country than what you are facing now. I respect the fact that you chose to represent yourself, and I have to tell you, I think in another lifetime, you would have been an excellent lawyer. I really think that. You speak with great passion. I understood exactly.
The dude's literally flattered. He's like, is he really flattered by this, bruh? Dude is super, like, is she being sarcastic? She's joking, right? She's gotta be trolling.
The points you were making. I knew what you were attempting to get across in your opening statement, your cross-examination of the state witnesses, the direct examination of your witnesses, and your closing argument. Ultimately, your arguments were not persuasive to the jury, but nonetheless, I was able to follow exactly what you were trying to accomplish. However, as we move into penalty phase,
He looks proud of himself, bruh. Doesn't he? Like the way that his face, like how he's...
I'm really going to strongly encourage you to consider allowing counsel to now step in and represent you. This is a much more specialized and rare area of the law that very few practitioners really practice in, as far as truly understanding the aggravating factors the state has to establish And now you would have a burden of proof with regards to the mitigators, whether they're statutory or non-statutory. You've got to come up with proof by greater weight of the evidence that the mitigators actually apply. And you would have to come up with not just applicable statutory mitigators, but any applicable non-statutory mitigators. And I'm quite confident that
this is really nonchalant of him. Like, he just got guilty all across. But, like, he's still, like, I feel like he feels like he did good, though. Because the judge said that you did good and I was able to follow. Like,
standby.
It's like if you failed your test. If you failed your test in every quiz given to you, but the teacher really appreciates how much you showed up on time. And you're just like, you know, I try to get here as fast as I can. Like, sir, you know you're failing the class, but thanks for showing up on time. I guess you can be proud of your attendance, I guess.
Counsel would have a much better grasp on what those potential non-statutory mitigators would be. So I want you just to think about it overnight. I don't want you to make it.
This man could be facing life, and it looks like all he wants to say is, so you said I should be a lawyer? It's like, sir, you're not going to have a chance to be a lawyer. I just said you would make a great lawyer. I understood what you were saying. But you're guilty. Like, you're going to jail. You're guilty. I don't know if you got that part, bro.
A decision right now. I want you to give it some serious consideration. All right? And we're going to reconvene at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we'll discuss it further, and you can tell me then. But I really want to strongly advise you to go ahead and let counsel represent you in the penalty phase, because the consequences are so serious.
From that look, he might not even do it. He might not even do it. I think he might just try to testify for himself again. And, I mean, she strongly advised him not to. But, I mean, it doesn't look like this nigga really pays attention to anything, bro. It doesn't like